They give you the hope. They give you dreams that they're going to do something big. They're finally going to do something big. They're going to finally give you something to hump. And an easy opportunity is to beat the Buccaneers, who stinks. There's no way around it. And what happened? Opportunity slip away. Because lack of offense and simply lack of discipline. And speaking of penalties, they got to clean that up. Todd Bowles has to clean that up. I never ripped Todd Bowles yet, but one thing about Todd Bowles has to do a better job in, and that's a lack of and that's discipline. Every majority of Jets game this year, penalties. Dumb penalties after another. Dumb penalties after the next. The Miami game, stupid penalties. The Falcons game, dumb penalties. This game, a lot of reckless, careless, whatever you want to call it, bad penalties. And that has to change. Listen, the one thing I give Todd Bowles credit for is he have his team playing hard. Look at the defense. The defense kept the Jets. Let me say this about the defense. If it wasn't for the defense, the Jets would be in the Jets. We all know as Jets fans, their records would be worse than where they are right now. You would be at least 2-7 right now. But again, it's the penalties. And up offensively, you got to do a better job of moving the chains, keeping the ball moving. And in my opinion, they need to start using Matt Forte more. Because I don't see the point. Remember, Matt Forte, let's not forget, Matt Forte was a stud when he was in Chicago. And I don't understand why you don't use him more often than not. Yes, Bilal Powell had his moments, but I would like to see Matt Forte run the football. And the offensive line had to do a better job of creating lanes for Matt Forte. But other than that, again, the Jets missed a big opportunity to get back in the playoff hunt. 4-6 is not bad. 4-6 for where they are right now for a team who not coming into the preseason, coming into the season with not a lot of expectations, despite the fact of what happened last year. It's 4-6 a really huge step, but it could be better. And it can be better. But they got to play better, and they got to be more disciplined. And in the Monday night game, it wasn't really a game. Let's just put it that way. It wasn't really a game at all. And that's pretty much it. And that's pretty much it with the New York football. Now, real briefly on college football, because on recapping again week 11 of the college football. of college football, and because the polls is premiered tonight, and I'm disappointed in Notre Dame. I mean, not really disappointed in Notre Dame, but the Miami Notre Dame game, it was Miami wanted this game more than Notre Dame, obviously, because there was still bad blood, so to speak, and plus Miami they had more energy. They really had more energy than Notre Dame, no question about it. The moment they knew that Josh Adams, they hold Josh Adams in check. Notre Dame was not winning that game. From the first turnover, I said to myself, this is going to be a long night for Notre Dame. I don't think Notre Dame is going to win this game. And then the quarterback just turned the ball over again. I believe he had like 5 turnovers. And the defense for Notre Dame was just I don't know, exhausted or tired or whatever it is, but it wasn't good. I know that. Miami just, are the U back? Yes, they are back. But I would not celebrate yet because you got 2 games, I believe, before the ACC championship, and college football, a lot can happen. Just perfect example in a second. I'll get to Georgia in a second. Miami had more energy, had more swagger. And yes, they was at home. Because if this game was in South Bend, I think the results no question would be different. No question it would be different. Notre Dame game was the running game of Josh Adams and Michael Wilbon. And here's the thing I didn't understand and I didn't like with the game. Why Chip Kelly went to backup quarterback instead of sticking with the quarterback that got you there? Do not try. My advice to I keep calling him Chip, Brian Kelly, the head coach of Notre Dame. Do not try to create a quarterback controversies, because once you do that, it's create a problem. Your team has a good record. Your team has a great record. Yeah, they added a national championship, but giving them to a second quarterback is not going to help at all. It's not going to help at all. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? He going through another pick, and what happened? He went back to the number 5. What was that? What you was trying to prove? What you was trying to do? You was trying to stop the bleeding because the bleeding would keep coming. The bleeding didn't stop until the game was over. Now, as far as Georgia is concerned, you got to give Auburn a lot of credit. Auburn just out-muscled, flexed their muscles, beat up Georgia. Any shape or form. They really did. They beat them up. They beat Georgia up. Georgia did not look like the number 1 team in the land. Georgia went 1 week after beating Tennessee, flexing their muscle to them, and for Auburn. And Auburn is a tough team. Okay. Tell Georgia, come on, let's go. And beat them 40-17. This game wasn't even close. It was just a beatdown. Any shape or form. And you know the game with Alabama is going to be electric. The Iron Bowl, no matter what. We saw what happened. May I remind you about the prayer? Now, speaking of Alabama, Mississippi State Bulldogs gave that game away, in my opinion, to Alabama, because when you have a team like Alabama against the ropes, you have to go for the kill. You cannot, in any circumstances, let this team get away because Alabama is too good for it. They're too good. And once you get them behind the ropes, because they had them beat. The crowd was into it. They had a lot of energy. Their defense was matching toe to toe with the offensive line from Alabama. They was toe to toe till when it get to crunch time, and in the result, run, touchdown, throw, touchdown. Alabama take the lead, and that was the game right there. Listen, there was a pass interference. There's a pass interference at the end of the game, and you could dispute, you could debate all you want if it's a pass interference or not. But the bottom line is this: Alabama came back, and they should have lost that game. Let's be honest, they should have lost that game, and Mississippi let Alabama out of Inferno, and that will haunt them, and that will haunt this team. See, now on Tuesday. Tonight, Alabama's your number one. Case closed. They're still the best team in college football. They still have the best defense in college football. And Alabama is, are going to be a hard team to beat. They're just too damn good. They're just too damn good. But that's it with college football. That's it with the NFL. That's the wrap up in the NFL. Let's move on what happened basketball. The Garden. There's a buzz in the Garden, and yes, for the first time probably since the last time the Knicks made the playoffs, there is a buzz with the Knicks. When Easter. First of all, there's a lot of fight. As the New York Knicks, yes, they blew a 20-point lead. They blew a 20-point lead to the to LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But that was not all. That was not the story. The story was Easter after the French point guard, after the French rookie phenom, after the French phenom was pushed by LeBron James after he was trying to get the ball, and Easter was not having it. He got up on LeBron's face, looking wasn't intimidated, say he's the king and he's not. Exchange words, saying you're not the king of New York and stuff like that. Basically, he wasn't intimidated by LeBron James at all. And you know what? Whether you're a Knicks fan in New York or not, if you're a fan of basketball, you love that. Forget about this likable stuff. You